Hey y'all, I'm a week away from my exams, and I'm gonna tell you what I did today. I went to go see a psychologist, and went to go, and that was kind of hectic. Hopefully, it was just so yeah, just hopefully get on some better meds, and so I can just focus on these help my anxiety and depression. Went to go see my professor to discuss a study plan for this exam, and so I feel better for that. I went to go to martial arts today to go see my old Sifu, see how he's doing. It was nice to see him. Um, and went to the CVS to go pick up my meds. It was good. I possibly had a job and got exchanged a contact information. So, um, I'm just um, so I felt good about that. I know going into it, I was upset with the whole psychologist because like, one, I've seen psychologists, I've seen psychiatrists, and I've seen therapists, and I've seen counselors, and there is a difference. Legally speaking, one can prescribe medication, and one group can't. And one group can talk to a certain population with certain. From what I'm understanding, other than that, and I was just upset because I went in and with to see my psychologist, and he said, "Oh, I have this trainee," and I was just like, he didn't ask me if that was okay. It's like, "Do you mind?" And I probably would have said, "Oh, you know, I I'm 50-50 to be honest with you, because at that moment I probably would have said, flip a coin, honestly, flip a coin, because if he would have asked me, "Hey, I have someone here," and continued it, would you mind? My initial response would have said no, because at that moment, that coin flip, whatever, I just knew I don't want no one else in the room. I need to talk to you. You're my doctor. And the other person was fine. I found out the other person I saw last time, again, not my doctor, someone that worked beneath that, underneath his supervision. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that person also made a mistake where they told me the side effect of this medication was correct, but if you don't, that's if that you don't take it. And I have a history of sometimes not taking my medication sometimes. I just forget at night. I don't double dose either. I make sure um, to take it. You know, I have routines now. I'm better at it. So I didn't take it. I found out the people I'm with now say, "How come you didn't take this medication?" I was like, "Well, because I was told that if I don't take it, this possible side effect happens, and I know myself. I don't want to risk it. I'm in school right now. I can't deal with a physical medical condition, please." And the doctor said, "Oh yeah, it's if you skip it for 4 days." And I gave this look, and I'm like, "Well, the person before me didn't say 4 days. They said if you weren't complying with it, you're gonna have this rash." So I just assumed that if you don't take, because I don't know any better, you know, they don't, you know, what do you want me to do? Like, so I just played it safe because I know myself, and I'm upset because that medication is supposed to have takes 4 weeks to work, and it took from the time from today to the previous 4 weeks. So if I had better information, I probably would have had better. I would probably be feeling better right now. I probably wouldn't be in this situation. So I got mad, and I tried to hold it in, but I could tell that doctor was upset because he's just like, they should have told you 4 days. And I showed I was like, hey, if she would have told me 4 days, I would remember 4 days. She didn't say 4 days. And I gave an example of my good memories. Like, hey, I remember this so and so and so and so of our session. If they would have said 4 days, I would have remembered it. You know? So I was upset about that. And I just felt like they were rushing me out of the room as well. You know? I'm just upset about that whole experience. Honestly, man, I don't like that at all. I think therapists should be allowed to prescribe medication. Just go through more schooling, take a certification course. I don't know. I just don't know. I just really because I feel like therapists, people who sit down with you for 45 to an hour for weeks on end, have a better understanding of your mental health than a person who sits at a computer for 15 minutes. That just blows my effing mind. And those people who can do that much schooling to get to that point, just sit behind, and I'm saying they don't care about the job. They obviously do care. They wouldn't be doing it if they didn't care. But those same people would agree. It's like, yeah, man, a counselor does more about our patient's mental health than we do. We just know about the medication. I'm like, well, you can't separate that, man. You get the medication for the mental health. So if you're prescribing medication, it's like giving the pharmacist the right to prescribe something. They know more about the medication than any doctor, right? So with that logic, pharmacists should be the only ones to prescribe, not medical doctors. You know, you want to do that? Go ahead. You know, whatever. Whatever. So that's why I think psychiatrists, counselors, therapists should be allowed to prescribe medication as well. That's just me, because they know so much more about the mental health, and they know that much about mental health. They can add that willpower to learn pharmacology, and vice versa. The person who knows pharmacology can know. You know what I mean? Like, to me, it's all interconnected, and the very fact that they don't have this licensing programs, it's just dangerous to me. I have a lot of anxiety. I know it's just a 74. I know. If I can't get that, I'm a piece of shit. I feel like I'm trying my best, but at the same time, it's just so. My mental health is so fucked right now. Just found out that my sister, oldest sister, I have two older sisters. The eldest one possibly has breast cancer. And it sucks, man. I can't. You know, she's not a patient of mine, breaking no HIPAA law. I'm not even, you know what I mean? Like, not, so she's just my sister. And I already talked about my sister. She's family. But at the same time, it's just like, she said it's benign. The nurse told her not to worry about it. And from my understanding, I'm in nursing school right now. From my understanding, a nurse would never say, I'm not worried about that. Because they can't give false assurances to a patient. And it's just like, maybe she's trying to cover my feelings. She knows I have finals, exams coming up. But it's hard to compartmentalize all this. It really is. I'm just trying to. Something I can do. I can say all that stuff. It's like, oh, I can't do anything about it. Just be strong. That's just a platitude. Deep down, I'm effing scared. She's my sister. She's sick. I can't do anything about it. Maybe it's nothing. Maybe she's telling me the truth. And the nurse did say that, but I don't think a nurse would ever give false assurances, because a nurse doesn't know. They have to give. They can't rely. They have to rely on diagnosis, to give an assurance like that. They're not even supposed to give assurances, because you don't know. You haven't done the biopsy yet. But if I was a nurse, maybe I would do it too, because you care about the well-being, the mental health of that patient. I don't know. I don't know how I would play it, to be honest with you. I'll probably ask my supervisors, like, how should I handle it so I can legally handle it right? I protect your license. But I'm scared, guys, honestly, because I'm trying to focus. I don't know if I should tell my professors this. It's like, hey, this was also going on in my brain. I'm afraid if I do bad, they're gonna think I don't care. And I just, should I tell them now? And hope I don't do bad? And if I do bad, then explain it in an email? So I don't want them to think poorly of me? Think I'm just dumb or incapable? Or I tell them now, so at least they know? But what would, like... So they know now, like, you know? They know now or know later, or they don't know at all? I don't know. I don't know what to do. My mind's racing right now. So, I'm scared to death. I'm gonna stick to that study plan my professor and I came up with, and just hopefully just shut my brain off. That's how I feel. Love you guys. Study hard, study well. Peace.